And we are live. Welcome to another session of Building the Bull. This session is brought to you by the Skylabs and Better Ecosystem. Just straight out the gate, I want to give a shout out to one of our scouts. We actually talked about this project called PodFast. We talked about it a couple weeks ago on the live sessions. And this was a really cool project. And if you've been following along for a bit of time, you know that we look at projects from the perspective of a scout. We're just sifting and sorting. We're looking at the information. We look at the white paper, look at the website, look at the team, look at the socials, just get an idea and feel for what the project is and the potential that it has. And every now and again, as we're going through, all of a sudden something clicks and it just says, wow, like this looks like a really cool project. And this is what happened with PodFast. And this was actually scouted by Olaf Femi. And right here you can see the all-time high, ATH. We all know what that stands for, ATH 5.3x. ATH, we all know what that means, the all-time high. That's what projects talk about, they brag about, they boast about that. But let's be real, how many people actually got out at the top? Price fluctuates, price moves around. One person starts selling, another person starts selling, price moves. Sometimes there can be glitches in the data feed, and we don't really know. And so one of the ways that we're innovating and doing things different here in the Vetter ecosystem, we created something called the VAL, the Vetter Audited Highest Low, VAHL, Vetter Audited Highest Low. See, every project on our calendar, once it gets launched, it gets audited to verify whether it's profitable or not in multiple time frames, 24-hour time frame, 70-day time frame, and the 30-day time frame. That's what we do. But we took it a step further. Instead of saying the ATH, because let's face it, if you've ever been a part of a launch, sometimes things can go a little crazy. Maybe you forgot about the launch. Maybe you forgot to claim your tokens. Maybe you forgot to add your tokens to your wallet. Maybe you're having problems with slippage or what's the tax or how does this work or this isn't working. All those things can happen. And what we wanted to do was create a metric that could tell people, hey, look, you had adequate time to swap out a profit. So VAL stands for Vetter Audited Highest Low. And this is saying that there was literally 24 hours between this price of a 5x and a 5.3x where you could have swapped out in profit. Okay, so from the first 24 hours, we're looking for at least, I think I said that wrong, I said 24 hours, I meant 1 hour. 1 hour within the first 24 hours where you could swap out in profit. And that's the VAL. And so it's a new standard, a new metric. And so one of the cool things I've been looking at is, and also I do invite you, you know, when you get off the session, we do record all of our gains on the Vetter platform. That's vetterplatform.app, and you can go here and you can get a snapshot of what's going on here. But right here we have gains and tips, and then tips. And you can see right here these are all the gains and tips that are being had and passed out on the platform. But if you expand this right here, it's going to take you to all the recent VALs. Okay, when I say recent, I mean every single one we've recorded. There's been thousands of projects added to the calendar over the last year, and we record all the gains. And you can see right here, ATH was 5.3x, VAL was a 5x. And one of the things I've been realizing to see kind of like did the project actually pump, or did the project struggle a little bit? Okay, meaning did it pump up and then just die off, or did it pump and then maintain a price? And you look at PodFast, look at the image I just showed, and you can see like, well, there's a pretty close range there between those, 5x, 5.3x, meaning price stayed up there. There wasn't a big sell-off. There wasn't a big dump. Okay, and you can continue to see, you can start looking at these different projects here. Astro AI, we have a 2.4x to a almost a 2x there. And you can see that some of these projects actually maintain their price, which I'm starting to recognize as a pretty good trend of like what actually happened at launch. There wasn't just a ton of hype and the project just died off, but these projects actually were able to maintain some of the momentum they created at launch. Like here's Poodles. This was a stealth launch. 41x for the VAL and a 43x for the all-time high. So these are always available for you. There's literally thousands of projects that have been audited, and you can check that here to see the kind of results that the calendar has been producing. When I say the calendar, let's be real here. It's not just the calendar, it is our awesome scouts. See, the way this project works, the way the Vetter ecosystem works and the CrowdX Calendar works, it works because of scouts. Okay, it's a model called crowdsourcing, where people work together to bring information to the community, and the community as a whole wins as a result. And we actually pay scouts our native token vendor to go out and find projects and add them to our CrowdX calendar. That's one of the ways that scouts get paid. Another way that scouts get paid, which you saw just here, was they actually get paid based on tips. So you can see right here that Hellstrom received a 13,000 Vetter tip. You can see Remain Strong received a 13,000 Vetter tip. K-Vetter 1,000, Metallurite 1,000, Ionic 100, 1,000, 10,000, 1,000, 1,000. You actually can receive tips from fellow community members. Okay, that's another way that scouts get compensated. But one of the coolest ways that scouts get compensated is something called the Hot Streak Reward bonus structure. Okay, and we're going to go over that here in a moment, but I just want to celebrate these gains real quick. If you missed our session on Tuesday, we actually had some fantastic rewards being paid out. Hellstrom got a 3x streak. He's looking at a 0.4 BNB reward. Gordon Gecko got a 3x streak, looking at a 2.1 BNB reward. Remain Strong, this is actually her first hot streak bonus. She got a 0.7 BNB reward, in addition to another 0.3 BNB reward. Dante Zamundo is one of our top scouts who has the most hot streak rewards. He had a 3x streak, is receiving a 0.9 BNB reward. And then for the first time ever, we hit a major milestone where we had our first 10x streak by Dante Zamundo. 100% success rate, average of a 3.5x, and he's receiving a 6.3 BNB reward. And what's awesome about this is it literally allows you, whether you are a seasoned crypto enthusiast, you've been around the block, you know all the networks, you know where to hang out, you know where to find projects, you can make and earn massive amounts of money by scouting projects to the calendar and receiving bonus rewards. Or you're brand spanking new. You can plug into sessions like this, where we host 2 sessions like this every single week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where we look at projects together, we go through a checklist, and also a part of our Discord training is being created to support you and onboarding you and how to scout projects. But if you're brand spanking new, you have the opportunity to learn from some of the best scouts in our community. To 1, make you confident and comfortable in scouting projects, but 2, get you in a situation where this could be a legit side hustle. Okay, a legit side hustle where not a lot of people know about. It's kind of like a secret in the industry, but you can make really good money doing this. See, it's not only just being paid out in Vetter token, but you actually get paid BNB with some of these bonus structures as well. Literally having the opportunity to kind of earn while you learn in the crypto space. It is a phenomenal platform, and the opportunity to collect these bonuses is fantastic. Just this payout alone is going to be 10.7 BNB, and that's directly to the scouts. And part of it is also used as a buyback of our Vetter token, which the entire community wins as a result. It's a win-win. The other day in Discord I said it's a win-win-win. I spelled it all with W-I-N because it's all about winning. Everybody wins. When the scouts win, the community wins. When the community wins, the ecosystem wins. Everybody wins when we're working together. Now, just for reference, just for frame of mind, we've actually had 4 payouts. The hot streak bonus structure started about 9 months ago. We've had 4 payouts, and we've paid out over 49 BNB. It's like 49.2 BNB to our scouts for providing awesome projects on our calendar. Okay. Now, last year alone, 16,000 crypto projects launched in the pre-sale space. How would you personally like to get paid when by adding some of those projects to our calendar? That's exactly what we're talking about here. The opportunity to have a side hustle, the opportunity to make a little extra money on the side by simply learning about crypto pre-sales, being on cutting edge trends, surrounding yourself with other developers and project owners and teams, and having that insider information, providing that to the community, and you getting paid massively as a result. That's what we do here. That's what we do. Now, if I didn't introduce myself, my name is Ryan. I am so glad to be your host today. As I said, this community is all about working together, finding projects together, something called crowdsourcing, where everybody, no matter what your experience level is, you bring a little bit to the table, you bring a little bit to the community, and everyone wins as a result. Now, we're actually live on 2 places. We're live here on YouTube, so welcome. Go ahead and drop a hi, hello, let everybody know where you're watching from. We got Phyllis with us, we got Carl, we got Cesar, we got Luis. Welcome, hope you guys are having a great day. We're also live in Discord, where If you want to join in on the conversation, you're more than welcome to do that. You just simply raise your hand and I can plug you into the conversation when that time comes up. And so one of the things that is really cool about these sessions, we've been at this for a year. What do I mean by that? For the last year, we've recorded over around 100 plus live sessions just like this, supporting the community and navigating the CrowdX Calendar, finding 2x to 100x crypto gems, at the same time paying out thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency in the process. As I said earlier, we host 2 sessions like this every single week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, this goes without saying, crypto is risky, no way, shape, or form am I telling you to invest. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. This is simply us working together to find great projects. Now, since we have been talking about the hot streak bonus structure, I do want to go over the actual bonus structure for hot streaks, rather. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull this up and post it here. Now, I want to make sure that everybody knows and understands, how this works, and what to expect here. Okay. So this is the hot streak reward bonus structure. Okay. This program is for scouts. Okay. And there's 3 different bonuses. Number 1 bonus is the streak count bonus. This is paid in BNB directly to the scout. How many consecutive winning projects did the scout get out of 10 projects posted? This is on like a 10. Okay, so the way this works is the last 10 projects that you posted is how this works. Okay, and so again, 0 through 10, 0, 1, or 2, there's no bonus. To get a hot streak, you get to have 3 consecutive profitable projects in a row. 3 consecutive profitable projects in a row. If you have 3, you get a 0.1 bonus of BNB. If you have 4, it's a 0.2, a 5.3, 6.6, 7.7, 8.8, 9.9, and 10, you get 1 BNB. All right? That is paid directly to your wallet. BNB paid directly to you, which is pretty awesome. Next is the streak average gain bonus. This is BNB used as a buyback for Vetter and then paid to the scout. So we take the BNB, we buy Vetter on the open market, and then send that Vetter to the scout. Okay? What was the average val gains for the consecutive winning projects? So if you had 3 in a row, what was the average? If you had 4 in a row, what was the average? You had 5 in a row, what was the average? So go back over here, and we can pull these up, and this is what we're talking about. When we say average 3.5x, average 3.5x, average 1.7x, average 1.6, what was the average of all the projects that you posted there that were part of the streak, the consecutive streak there? If it was 1.1 to 1.49, no additional bonus. 1.5x, 0.1. 2x, 0.2. 3x, 0.3. 4x, 0.4. 5x, 0.5. 6x, 0.6. 7x, 0.7. 8x, 0.8. 9x, 0.9. 10x is 1 BNB. 15x is 1.5 BNB. 20x is 2 BNB. 30x is 3 BNB. 50x is 5 BNB. 100x or more average is 10 BNB bonus used as a buyback where we take that BNB, we buy Vetter, and then send the Vetter to your wallet. And the last bonus is the success rate bonus. Again, BNB used as a buyback for Vetter and it's paid out to the scout. What was the total percentage success rate of scouts of the 10 projects posted? Okay, so what was the success overall? Of the 10 that the streak was in, if it's a 50% success rate, the scout does not receive a streak count bonus. If it's under 50%. 50% or more, above 50%, they receive the stuff, but no additional bonus. Right here, 60% success rate. What do we mean by that? Let's take a look at the image here. Okay, 80% success rate, meaning of the 10 projects, only 2 of them were not profitable. Okay, 80% success rate. Over here, 70% success rate. Over here, 60% success rate. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 were not profitable. Okay, 6 were of the series of 10. Okay, that's how that works. 70% success rate. Okay, if this is making sense, go ahead and drop me a thumbs up, letting me know this is making sense. Okay, so 60% success rate, you receive a 0.1 BNB bonus. 70% success rate, you receive a 0.5 BNB bonus. 80% success rate, you receive 1 BNB bonus. 90% success rate, you receive 3 BNB bonus. And if you had 100% success rate, you received 5 BNB bonus, which is awesome. Okay, this is based on the last 10 projects, okay, in order of the project's launch date. Okay, we track this down to the minute. So with the auditing process, we know when the project's launched, and we're able to put those in order. And so that's how we determine these the order of the projects. Projects are considered profitable if they are 1.1x or greater. Okay, 1.1x or greater, meaning that's a 10% gain. So the project launches, it has a 10% gain or greater within that first. This is a val, by the way. This is a val, 1.1x val, meaning you get to have at least 1 hour that it was above a 10% gain in that first 24 hours. You may only assume your own projects. So the way this platform works is anybody can post. Okay, anybody can post projects on the CrowdX Calendar. Let's go ahead and take a look over here at the tiers. Let's go over here. Tiers. And someone was actually asking about this just the other day, so let's go ahead and pull this up. There we go. Okay, and so anybody can post unranked. Okay, whether you hold 0 vetter or 1 million vetter or more, you can post unranked. Okay, so if there's a project that you want to add to the calendar, you can post that unranked, no problem whatsoever. However, in order to receive the bonus structure, you actually get to post it as ranked. It goes against your ranking. As your rank increases, you actually get paid more vetter when you post projects. It's a win-win situation. Okay. Now, if you want to get paid to post projects, you get to hold at least 100,000 vetter. Okay, right here. Rank scouting and voting, right here. You get to hold at least 100,000 vetter. Okay, so going back over here to our rules here. Projects, you may only assume your own projects. What does that mean? So if you choose to list your project unranked, there's an opportunity for other people to come on and assume your projects, and they get credit if the project does good, meaning their rank could increase if the project does good. So the whole purpose of the hot streak bonus structure is not about paying people who are good at assuming other people's projects, but rather paying scouts who are great at finding projects. That's the design. That's the whole purpose. So you may only assume your own, meaning, let's say you add a project to the calendar, you're a little unsure, you want to do some more research, but you want to get it up there, and then you're like, hey, I like this project, I want it to count towards my rank. You then can assume it, and now it belongs to you. Okay? So let's say that Ionic found a project, and he left it unranked. Later on, he turned back around and assumed it. That counts towards his rank. It also counts towards the hot streak bonuses. Now, if Ionic had scouted a project and left it unranked, and I came along and I assumed it, yes, that would count towards my rank. However, it would not count towards the hot streak bonus structure. Okay? Meaning projects posted by one scout and assumed by another scout are not eligible. Only non-IDO projects qualify for bonuses. Why is this? IDO projects are where you get to hold tokens of a launch pad. So think about Skylabs. Think about VSL and Skylabs. VSL is an open source launchpad. Anybody can participate, and you are not required to hold VSL tokens to participate in VSL launches. Skylabs, on the other hand, in order to participate, you do get to hold VSL tokens. Okay, so same thing with BSC Pad and Trust Pad and Trump Pad and Game Starter and these different launch pads. You get to hold their token in order to participate in those launches. Number one, not everybody in the community is going to have access to those projects. Okay. Number two, some of these IDO projects are, there was a time in our ecosystem where a lot of IDO projects were posted, and it wasn't necessarily because they were really good projects. It was just simply because they were IDOs, and that didn't necessarily help the community as a whole. And so non-IDEO projects qualify for bonuses. Now, I will throw that out there, that PodFast was an IDEO project. We don't often talk about IDEO projects on these sessions for the reasons I mentioned above. Sometimes there's just a limited access. Not everybody has access to these projects. And so, but it was one that the Olaf Imi wanted to bring up, and it was great. I was glad that we brought it up. But we don't often talk about a lot of IDEO projects. Next, scouts must launch and update their projects to qualify. So the reason that this structure is in place is to reward scouts who are taking care of business. Okay? Reward scouts who are taking care of business. What do I mean by that? Let's say you add a project to the calendar 30 days ago, and there happens to be a delay in the project, and you lose track of it, and 6 months, 6 weeks down the road, you realize, oh, it launched, or someone else launched it for you, or someone told you that it launched. We want to reward scouts who are continuing to run the ball down the field. It's one thing to earn better when you post a project to the calendar. It's another thing to be able to get paid to be consistent. Okay, to be consistent to the projects. Consistently taking care of the projects. Okay, and so that's one of the things that's important there. Okay, and next, if you game the system, you're blacklisted from the platform. Okay, if you game the system, you're blacklisted from the profile from the platform. That's just not something that we tolerate. This is a utopic community. It's a view about service and contribution, and we do not tolerate any type of game in the system. And so as a result, not only do you not get paid, but hey, we just ask you to kind of move on, move on along. Okay. Now I just noticed that no longer on live stage right now. Not really sure why, so I'm going to start this up real quick. I think that maybe when someone left, it got messed up. So got the pre-show back up. So if you want to hop on live with us, feel free to hop back in here and join in the conversation. So if you guys are hopping in on Discord right now, we're actually live on YouTube right now. And so you feel free to turn on the YouTube video. You can find the YouTube video in the CrowdX section of Discord. And you can follow along the conversation. The reason we're doing Discord Live with YouTube Live is so you can collaborate and add and bring value to the overall conversation. So, again, if you were on Discord earlier and got kicked off, not really sure what happened, but hey, we're back. We're at it, and life is good. All right, so let me check the chat. Rainier says, just ask that in Discord, but why are they not directly since the master is live? Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened, Rainier. Something happened with Discord. I was live in Discord, but we're back at it, so hopefully you're there. Rainier says, haven't used VSell yet, so I have a question. The allocation is $100. Do you have to buy 100? So VSell is open. So whatever the project sets as max and minimums is what determines your contribution for VSell. Okay? And then when Skylabs comes out, there'll be a specific criteria based on your personal allocations, which is based on how much VSell that you hold. Hey, Adam, hope you're having a fantastic day, brother. So with that, we are back live on Discord. We got YouTube rocking and rolling, and now we're going to take a look at a project. And just so we're all on the same page, this is a process to sort for the best projects together as a community, and this live session is merely a step in that process. Crypto is risky, and in no way, shape, or form am I telling you to invest. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. I'm going to share my own thought process while looking into projects, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. It's all 100% subjective. The purpose of this is to support you in what to look for as you are scouting your own projects. So with that, let's just go ahead and pull up the Vetter platform. Again, if you've never visited the Vetter platform, you can visit it at vetterplatform.app. That's vetterplatform.app. Here, when you log on, you're going to see the dashboard. There's our Vetter board. Just a quick overview of all the things that's built into this platform. And as I've said before, there's so much built into this platform. I think some people have actually forgotten some of the things that's been created here. Some of the things that's been added to this ecosystem. It's phenomenal. I mean, some of the improvements, some of the innovation, some of the updates. We've done more improvements, updates, innovations than some teams have ever done their whole existence, and we're making updates on a regular basis. So a lot of awesome things happening in the community, and there's some things gearing up. There's some things gearing up that's things are starting to rock and roll. Things are starting to move, which is exciting. So with that, we're going to look at a project today called Perpy, and this is brought to us by the one and only Mang. One day, Mang was showing up on the sessions, and he was contributing. I said, "Man, I don't know how to pronounce your name." He said, "You can say whatever you want," because I made it up. So ever since then, I've just been calling Mange Punch. I've been calling him Mang, and so that's how that worked out. If you ever wonder why I call this guy Mang, that's how the story came about. He said I could call him whatever I wanted. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at Perpy. And again, this is not anything positive or negative. It's just simply I'm just sharing my thought process as I'm looking at this project. Never is it a reflection directly something negative towards the team or the project or the dev team. Definitely never something negative towards the scout at all. Okay, it's always just, hey, I'm just going to share what I'm thinking as I'm looking at this and just share my thought process. The beautiful thing about this is I love it if we see something differently, because that allows us to cover up more bases. I think I'd be nervous if all of us were like, oh, hey, this is great, this is great, this is great. I would rather someone be like, well, what about this? What about this angle? I see how this could be a concern, because that's how we all get better together. Different perspectives and different insights allow us to get better together as a community. So this is Perpy. So right off the bat, my first thought is this is like some kind of like game or something. I mean, I see this little frog here, and I see this this mountain fortress with a Bitcoin a Bitcoin lock on the door. So initial thought is like, okay, is this some kind of game? All right. Decentralized social trading app. As a trader, earn by sharing your trading skills. Hey, Cesar would love this. As an investor, earn by following skilled traders. Okay. Together, climb the mountain of wealth like Everest. Okay, public sale is now live on Camelot. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. Okay. No funds lockup. Total control over your assets. Enter and exit a vault whenever you want. No lockup period. No fundraising period. Persistent vaults. Our vaults are persistent and built to evolve by replicating what their creators are doing. No need to re-enter when a new trade is launched. Smart trading engine. Get seamless, fast, complete trading experience. We'll offer advanced trading tools to suit your needs. Actually, so I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background. I'm kind of in the middle of a thunderstorm. So hopefully, power stays on. Hopefully power stays on. If for whatever reason, if it does shut off, I am going to lose connection, and I will get that up and running as soon as everything reboots. But I did just want to let you know, don't be alarmed if I disappear off of Discord and YouTube at the same time. Okay. Vault concept. We're pioneering the concept to connect traders to investors 24/7 on decentralized perpetual exchange in a non-custodial and fully transparent way. Our goal is to revolutionize the accessibility of Web3 investment on social decentralized trading. Traders' advantages. Create your own investment vehicle within a few clicks. Manage your trade in a simple, secure, and low-cost way. Define your performance fee and quickly gain exposure. Build your brand by sharing your vault on social networks and with our social tools. Perpy is an opportunity to make profits in a win-win manner for you and your followers. Investor advantages. Invest in the best traders in a non-custodial way. Diversify your investments. Conservative or aggressive traders, it's your choice. No fund lockups. Get in or out, what you want. No hidden fees. No fundraising period. The definition of freedom. Traders' performance and trades are transparent on-chain. Everything is as clear as water. It's pretty cool. I like the concept. I mean, so You guys have heard me talk about this before. When I'm looking at a project, sometimes there's a comprehension phase where I'm trying to comprehend what's actually happening, how it actually works. Sometimes I get to read something over and over again. Okay, sometimes I get to watch a couple videos, let's do some AMAs to connect the dots. I don't know if you guys are like that, but that's how it rolls for me. So for me, what I'm seeing in this is the opportunity for a trader. So let's say Cesar, for example. Cesar has the ability to potentially, I don't know, I'm assuming, this is crypto trading, but it could be other markets. It's possible, I suppose. But I think what it's saying is Cesar, he could create a, let's just call it a bucket. I mean, I think they call it vaults, but a bucket where 10 people could put money in that bucket and Cesar trades it. Okay, and then I guess you would then pull out your profits based on whatever that, and and so from Cesar's perspective, manage your trades in a simple, secure, and low-cost way. Define your performance fee and quickly gain exposure. So he would tell us what the fees are, how it would work, things like that. Build your brand. Okay, so just like we've been building our scouts' brand and reputation. These are great scouts. Look at how good they're doing. Very similar with this from a trading perspective. Okay, purpose and opportunity to make profits in a win-win manner for you and your followers. So build a following, build a network, build a brand of people being able to watch and participate in the trade setups that you're doing. Not just like signals. Signals would be like a means of, hey, go buy this now. That would be a signal. This is more along the lines of, this is, I believe I was saying non-custodial. Non-custodial. So literally you put your money in a bucket, you still have control over it, but based on what Cesar is doing, the trader is doing, you're able to receive gains off of that. Now, obviously, there's potential for losses as well, but that's the idea, okay? So that's, the advantages for Cesar. What are the advantages for us, okay? Well, we get to invest in the best traders in a non-custodial way, meaning based on the track record, based on the metrics, based on blockchain data, we could say, hey, I want to choose, instead of Bob and Joe, I like Cesar because of what he's provided. This is awesome, okay? Diversifying your investments, conservative, aggressive traders, your choice. So maybe there's criteria, just like you've heard me talk about before. Dante Zamundo, he looks at meme type projects, which are much more risky. Where you have Gordon Gekko and PSC 100X, they focus on utility based projects, which are more conservative. Okay, very similar. No lockup, get in or get out when you want. No hidden fees. Transfer performance to trader appearing on chain. Everything's clear as water. Pretty cool concept. At Perpy, our goal is to exploit all the utilitarian aspects of our token to offer concrete benefits for Pry. Stakers with a well-thought and balanced token in its core mechanism. That's a weird sentence. Stakers with a well-thought and balanced token in its core mechanism to generate a stable... Oh, price stakers. All right, I'm caught up to speed. Concrete benefits for price stakers with a well-thought-out and balanced token in its core mechanisms to generate a stable stream of real yield for stakers and to give them the power of governance on impactful parameters in future technical implementation proposals. Governance. Token holders will have impactful pro rata. I don't know how to say it. Is that how you say that? Pro rata? I've always just read over that. Influence over governance, partnerships, and potential future implementation of proposals. Get a chair in our virtual Perpy office and make your voice audible. Real yield. Price takers get 100% of our protocol's revenue on both performance and exit fees. On those, 100%, 10% are subject to the DAO approval, where users can vote for their yield of choice. Vault advertising. Price takers are going to access prize stakers are going to access to several visual tools to stand out and attract investors, animated backgrounds, pinned vault, brighter colors, and more. Priority access. Prize holders will discover and enjoy new features and functionalities before everyone else. We have a pretty dense roadmap with awesome features upcoming, so get some Pry and be among the first. Fees and rebates. By staking Pry tokens, you get rebates on fees for both traders and investors. Those rebates go from 3% up to 50%. Lens integration. With the Lens integration, we're going to offer an advanced trading journal bound to your trader profile. By burning Pry, you could highlight a post, access to restricted traders, and benefit from all the social goodness offered by Lens. Now, just curious. So there's been a couple of projects that have launched recently. I'm trying to think. Is this similar to what was it? Let me see. What was it? Is this similar to STFX? Is this similar to Roman had a project that launched recently? I forget the name of it. But is it similar to that? Is it similar to Dash to Trade? I'm just curious. If it's similar. We got Mang in the house. And Mang, I went ahead and invited you to the stage. Feel free to hop on, my brother. Mang, you are currently muted. All right, Mang, whenever you get a chance, feel free to... oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you great.
Okay, perfect. So this project even has a whole Medium article comparing itself to STFX.
Hey, perfect. Perfect.
And no, I don't think it's similar to the other two you mentioned. This is more copy trading and Volt. The Dash to Trade is a analytics platform, and the Vela exchange that Romain posted is a perpetual DEX.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I couldn't remember exactly. But I knew it was one of the projects that we looked at. I guess it was STFX. Yeah, thank you for being just waiting in the wings to answer that question on a whim.
No worries. I'm going to mute myself and let you continue.
Okay, perfect. No, I really like this. I really like this concept and idea of these things, and I like it because there's a lot of hoops to jump through sometimes with these trading markets and having someone else trade your money, and I like. I don't know from a regulatory perspective how long it's going to be able to go, but I like it because, there's some really good people out there who do a really good job at what they do. And, it's like I said a minute ago, it's one thing to get signals. It's another thing to have the benefit of someone who's mastered their skill set and mastered their craft. And I like that idea.
And another thing that's cool on this project is that the trader can kind of set how much of the profit they want in fee. So they can, in a way, put a value on themselves, and you choose, do I think this guy is worth it or not?
Right. Yeah, I like that. I like the idea and concept of someone can really build a brand for themselves. They can really, obviously they're utilizing the platform, but they have the opportunity to really build a brand, and not just be an influencer who gets paid to talk about other people's projects, but they can build a brand where they're showcasing their skill set that they've developed and honed over time. I think that's a really cool concept.
Yeah, so their idea of what they want to build is pretty solid. Then when you come to looking at community and how will they actually pull it off? It's going to be fun to see how you look at that.
Yeah.
So now I'm just going to leave you to it, and just call me back whenever you want, man.
Okay, sounds good, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, so the website has a good feel. I like the feel of the site. Now, one of the things I haven't noticed yet. One of the things I haven't noticed yet is what's the team behind it yet. So we haven't stumbled across that yet. Let's go ahead and check out the white paper. Pioneering the concept of connecting traders to investors 24/7 on a decentralized perpetual exchange in a non-custodial and fully transparent way. Oh, they can even connect things via Twitter. All right, so right away, or not right away, I still don't necessarily see anything about the team. See if they even address it. They just have it just talks about the team tokens here. That's the only mention of the team so far. And again, I don't. I like both ends of the spectrum. I like projects who are totally anonymous and they own the fact that they're anonymous, meaning they say, "Hey, look, this is DeFi. This is what the space is all about. We're choosing to create something that speaks for itself, and we want to be anonymous." I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with teams that have pictures and bios and socials and LinkedIn and here's a picture of my cat and all that stuff. I like that too. What the not even the gray area. The thing that makes me uncomfortable and a little frustrated is when teams do like a quasi doxing of themselves, where they show a picture of their cat as their profile picture, and their name is like Mr. Sparky, and we don't know anything about him. And like it's that stuff makes me feel a little weird because I would rather just them be totally anonymous. Than going the halfway. And then you got some people who just kind of fake this stuff that we've seen before. Let's go ahead and take a look. I know that Meng did say that Telegram was closed down, but we're just going to take a look at it just real quick. So we got 632 members. Oh, let me back up 1 second, and let's go up here to let's just do the who is and see what we got for how long this has been in play. So this was created. This domain name was created just last year. All right, so not it's not something that was created last week, like what we see with some of the projects popping up lately. Let's go back to Telegram here. So we got 632 members, 5 pinned messages. November 25th was one of the first messages. Looks like that's as far back as we can go. So Telegram started good intentions. Started back in the day. Doesn't seem like a lot of activity was here. Yeah, not a super active Telegram group. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and check out the Discord. Let's go and take a look. All right, so we got 4,100 members in Discord with 876 online. All right, so we joined. Start my verification. Please select a strawberry on the menu below. Strawberry. Okay. I'm in it. So one of the things I do like Telegram for research purposes. It's just I feel like it's easy for myself to navigate and get a feel for what's going on. However, there's some top tier projects don't even deal with Telegram because of all the shenanigans. And like it said here, the last message that they said, hey, we're stopping activity on Telegram due to the high number of scams. And so I can appreciate teams thinking about that and looking at changing that stuff and dealing with that stuff. So I can appreciate that. Now one of the things that I did notice, and I don't know if it's because of the way this project is or if this is something with Camelot, but I did check out the Presale today, and when I came to the site, there was a pop-up. Oh, it's not here now. There was a pop-up that basically said, if you're a U.S. resident, you can't participate. Now, I don't know if that is because I really can't participate, or they're just trying to cover their bases from a regulatory perspective. I don't know, because we looked at Factor a couple weeks back, and that pop-up didn't pop up. That pop-up didn't pop up. The pop-up didn't happen for Factor. And so I don't know if it's because, Perpy is about trading and people trading like a financial investment and things like that. People trading your money. I don't know why there was a difference between the two, but definitely it stood out to me. Yeah, Adam's saying they're trying to cover their bases, and also Adam, hey, thank you so much for answering those questions while we're live here. I was bouncing back and forth between the two. I appreciate that, my friend. Let's take a look at Twitter. 10,000 followers on Twitter. Some decent engagement. Nothing crazy. Yeah, so nothing too crazy. There's not a lot of comments or retweets. Yeah, Adam's handling the tech questions in chat while I'm doing the live. Yeah, Meng does say that he has seen that warning pop up before, but it sounds like you can do whatever you want. they just be like, yeah, we told them they couldn't invest. Someone comes after them. Hey, listen, look, we told them they couldn't. Yeah, just cover their bases. So even this is kind of interesting. 12,000 views. So when I see this, I'm curious about is the messaging off? Because this doesn't seem like a lot of engagement for the amount of views. But I wonder if their messaging is off. And actually curious, is it actually people who are talking? Are they excited about it? Or are some people just spamming? Some of the things some of the comments lately on some of these projects that have some engagement has all been just people posting random stuff, promoting their own projects and things like that. All right, back over to Discord. So whitelist is currently active. What we saw over here on Camelot. This is the countdown to the public stage. So 17 hours, 12 minutes away. Meng, I know that I'm just scratching a scratch on this project, but if you, I know since you are the one who scouted it, if you've done any more due diligence, if you've done more due diligence on some of the other things we look for. I mean, I know a handful of our questions were answered with for example, with what revenue has created, stakers being able to take part in that. But if you have any more that you would like to add about the project, Meng, feel free to unmute and chime in, my friend.
Yeah, hi Ryan. So what I can say about the project from I kind of recently found it as well, and they have been contacting some quite profiled people on crypto Twitter.
Yeah.
Who has been retweeting and even making threads about it.
Yeah.
And I think some of the Twitter traffic comes from there. the white sale, the whitelist pre-sale is ongoing, so we can check in how that's going.
Yeah.
But it was kind of to get a whitelist, you really had to be there on time when I don't think anyone knew about them.
Oh, I see.
So and the hard cap is $5 million, which we used to think is huge, but on Arbitrum, on Camelot, nowadays it doesn't feel like that much.
Yeah.
Comparing to, for instance, Factor, who started at a market cap of $70 million, these guys are going to start on 20 million, and they have no VCs, no seed, no nothing. It's only the people from the pre-sale. The vibe in the Discord is probably the least reassuring I found. When I try to figure out when is this thing launching, it took a long time, and I saw others have asked and didn't get their questions answered, and so I'm not 100% sure about their community side of it.
Yeah.
The ID proposition I really like.
Yeah.
If you go into launch DApp and click around, it looks like a live product. But I mean, Adam, you're in the YouTube. You can spot how much of that is actually built way better than me and Ryan can, because nowadays they can build something that looks functioning and fool me.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam, if you want to hop on and provide your 2 cents on what Meng was saying, I did invite you to speak on Discord, but yeah, how much of this is Meng, are you asking how much of this is actually
Well, if you click on if you go to the web page and click launch DApp,
yes,
you should have a beta version of the DApp that
yes,
is live before any audits or anything, because they don't have any money to do that before they do the pre-sale.
I see. Yeah, so they're
So audits probably 2 months down the line or something.
Yeah, so they're looking at using some of the funds from the pre-sale to get the audit and things like that.
Yeah, because they're gonna audit the vaults,
Yeah.
the entire platform, every integration, and that's like minimum 2 months.
Right.
Or Adam could probably specify that better, but from my experience, it's around those time frames.
Yeah. Now, from your experience with getting the vibe of the Discord, right now they've raised, 410,000. But do you feel that you felt that was kind of low because maybe people didn't have enough time to get whitelisted? Do you think there's a lot of people who are interested in the project, and do you anticipate the hard?
Yeah, it takes a couple months to get audited.
Yeah. Ryan, your question: if I feel that that when it opens to the public, I have no idea.
Yeah.
First half hour is gonna give us the answer.
Right. Yeah, we'll find out real quick, huh?
Yeah, I mean, first half hour is gonna tell us.
Yeah. Do they have a? I don't see a soft cap. Oh, here we go.
No, I haven't found any soft cap either. It looks like they're just going to do it, and if they raise less, then they adapt or something like that.
Yeah, I just found the soft cap. It's 2 million. So it's right above the whitelist stage, but yeah, a soft cap of 2 million. So right now they're they're about 25% of the way to a soft cap.
Yeah, but I think they got good chances to reach that.
Yeah, yeah,
I think they got pretty good chances to reach the hard cap too. But I really don't know.
yeah. Yeah, I mean it's all just looking at the information that we have available and getting a feel and vibe for how excited everybody is in their community. Now that is one of the things that was with STFX, there was a really big buzz around that project. A lot of people were excited and talking about it, and this one does feel a little bit slower. I mean, I've only been in Discord for 20 minutes, um, but I mean, I guess there's some chattiness happening here. I mean, I guess we're seeing better engagement.
There's been people chatting, and it's more most questions are answered really quickly.
Yeah,
The only one that they were kind of slow, seemed hesitant, was when do you actually launch?
yeah, yeah. So maybe they don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's one of those things where it's not on any. They did answer. They gave a factual answer, uh, but it's just something on the more emotional level that feels a little bit strange about it.
yeah, yeah. I see. I see this comment. The sell ends on March 20th, and then listing is on the 21st. Um, but again, I didn't. That's just from people in chat. I didn't necessarily see that um, in the announcements or anything like that.
Yeah, if you scroll up, you're gonna find me one of them asking.
Oh yeah,
Uh, but yeah, so I'm gonna be at Camelot when they open for public tomorrow. I'm gonna monitor a little bit what happens, and I I really hope this is a project that pulls off everything they say, because then I think it's gonna be a real banger.
yeah,
But I would also wish to have a couple of percent higher confidence level than I do. I mean, it's not like I have a bad feeling, but it's not as good as I would have loved it to be.
yeah. What's just for perspective? What's a project that gave you really good feelings?
Well, VLA Exchange was one of them,
Yeah, and
but
why?
then I
Why
time
was
rugged
that?
myself, so I never got in that pre-sale.
Oh, yeah,
And but some of them, and I guess you can state this as well. Sometimes they don't play out well at all. Like Coin Official, we've talked about that a lot. I
right.
really liked that before it's launched, and they seem to maybe be turning it around now.
Yeah,
Um, I was pretty impressed by We Send It back in the days, and they did really, really well. They're actually completely crashing in price right now, and I think that could be a really good microcap in the future.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, when was the last time you looked at a project and you really felt, yeah, this one, this one I want to be in?
I fast. So for me, I think sometimes you might be able to to hear the click in my voice. Like, there's like a shift in my voice when I'm looking at a project. So like I'm just kind of checking the boxes at first, and all of a sudden something clicks. I'm like, well, I like it all of a sudden. A more recent one would have been FastPod. I liked that. At first we're just doing some research, and all of a sudden I realized because of what the dude had previously created.
Are you talking about Podfast?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Podfast. I said Fast Pod. Yeah, Podfast. Yes. Um,
Yeah.
that one had a good vibe. As I just started looking and kept digging, all of a sudden I realized that this is not a nobody. This guy's actually created something previously that has done well. Has built a community. He has a cool, a clear vision, and yeah, that one had a good vibe to it. But yeah, sometimes maybe what we're talking about is just like that feeling, and maybe there's just something that's missing with that project, with this project for you. That feeling's just missing of like, something's off, or not off in a bad way, but something's like,
I'm not convinced about their readiness for the community,
yes,
and them being a completely anonymous team. I really want to see community
right,
and the community engagement, because how else would you really know who you're dealing with?
right,
But I also think that they write so much stuff that make so much sense, that don't look AI generated. If you read through some of the Medium articles, uh, that I do think that they really have some good stuff with them, and I hope that it plays out well.
yeah. Do you? I don't recall reading it. I don't recall reading it before, but does where did the name come from? Perpy.
Uh, I think it's from
Oh, okay.
Perpetual Exchange,
Okay.
probably.
Yeah.
I see someone say that one of us has to turn up or down our volume, so it's probably some echo.
Yeah, I think
Most
so.
likely on my side.
Yeah, let me
But
see. Let me see if this helps.
uh, you know what? I've been on here much now.
No, it's good, man. This is a good stuff. Like this is the kind of stuff that I think this is the stuff that's really valuable because it allows us to ask each other questions and pick each other's brain, and I think we all get something out of it. I mean, at least I get something out of this. I don't know about other people, but Rainier, I did turn down the volume. Is this a little bit better now? Let us know if that has helped. iUnique is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But no, I think that
iUnique posted something he's looking at to post on the CrowdX in the Discord earlier today,
yeah,
and he commented on that he need to go through the tokenomics before he posts something. That project and a couple of others could be a really, really cool tokenomics setup for another like theme focused live session.
yeah. Nice. So which one was that? Let me see here. Let me go check out CrowdX. Or yeah, was this? Let's see if I can
It's in the
find.
main chat of CrowdX.
Oh, here we go. Is this the KAIF DAO? Is that the
Yeah.
one? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be
Looking
looking.
at that and Pong and some others about how do the rewards play out. Because it's every time they give out rewards in tokens, that really is such an immense big part of how the project's going to do in terms of token price.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, you were looking at the Medium articles. I'm gonna let you go through your process and let someone else be here for a while.
No, no, this is good stuff. Like I said, I feel if you guys watching on YouTube, if you feel like this dialogue and conversation is helpful, drop us some feedback and chat. The whole purpose of this is to provide more value, to the community, and so let us know in chat if this is helpful to hear. another voice, to hear some different insights, different perspectives. If you find value in that, let us know for sure. We are at the top of the hour, and so I feel like we've looked over the website. We've looked over Camelot. Done a little bit in Discord. Not a whole lot in Discord. But one of the things that I kind of can relate to what Meng is saying is, the concept I think is a cool concept. Not knowing who the team is, not knowing what they've created, if they've created anything yet, aside from a website. But can they deliver? And like we were talking about in the pre-show, a strong community is the biggest asset of any of these projects. And how are they doing with building that community of loyal believers and visionaries? How does that play out with this? We will see over the next couple of days, and like Meng said, we'll get a feel for who all's showing up. Once it opens up to the public tomorrow. So I feel like today was a great session. Always great to have different perspectives and different different ideas and feedback and things like that. And Rainier, thank you for the heads up on the volume. I was able to turn it down, and so things like that. Things like that make the session better, make the show better. So always open to feedback and things like that. Now, at the beginning of the session, we did have someone ask. Someone asked when we're going to start launching projects. Yeah, so we've had one project launch on VSL. That's the open source launchpad, and so projects choose to launch with us. They choose to launch with us, and then Skylab's in development, and things are coming together. And with that, something to think about is our vision has always been to focus on tech that speaks for itself. It's always been about developing and building out tech. And, Better Platform is a testament of that. To see how it functions, how it works, and how it works and flows. And so, people can talk about, win this, win that, win this, win that. Well, when it's time, things will be ready when it's time. So it is what it is. Is what it is, and like I said, every week, every month, making progress towards the overall vision. One of the things I always say is there's some projects that have literally been in the mode of creating nothing for years on end. And one of the things that I just want to give a shout out to our dev team is that throughout this whole process, there has always been a focus on taking steps, making improvements, and and you can constantly see that things are getting done behind the scenes. And so just shout out to the dev team for doing that. Like I always say, we've had more updates than some projects have even had any. I mean, like some projects haven't done anything, and we've actually had updates and made innovations and improvements and things like that. So shout out to the dev team for their hard work and their consistent hard work. Always finding ways to make what we have better, but also deliver on what the vision has always been. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I do ask, if you're watching this on YouTube, I do ask to, as soon as this video is done, go ahead and hit the refresh button, and then drop a comment in the comment section. Just, what was your biggest takeaway? What did you learn? Was it helpful? Did you enjoy the session? Because you dropping that comment actually supports in more people finding this video, which then supports the ecosystem as a whole. And so we're going to hop off the live now, but we're going to have an after party over in Discord, just hanging out, chatting it up, talking a bit. So feel free to join us over in Discord on the live stage. And I'm going to wrap it up and end like I always do. Like my mentor always said, life can be short. So for those that you care and love, let them know you care and love them. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your contributions. This community is built on crowdsourcing. And we are only as strong as what we do together and the work that we put in together. So thank you for your contribution. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for everything. I'm going to see you guys in Discord. We'll be live again next Tuesday, same time, same place. So until then, bye for now.